All right. I have to say, there's very, very few times I've been like thinking as much about a game after starting it as I have been for this one. Like I wake up, but like my idle thoughts, I'm like, wow, this is so sick. And so much of it is like how like evocative this game is. That being said, the like Goblin temple part so far has been such a disaster. We're getting through it at considerable financial cost for resurrections. I don't know where my money is. I need to probably keep $1,000 on me at all times just to get through like the issues that are happening. But I guess because of the Oath of Vengeance Paladin stuff of just being like, you're dead. And so there's no subtlety to it. But this has been just an absolute carnival. Do we save? We got our things. I gotta make sure I do my Psychic Blade into my Bind Hex Weapon. And that means I guess I probably need to do a short rest right afterwards. I don't really understand why they make me do this, but I guess it's because I'm using the Shadow Blade. So the Shadow Blade, since you only have 2 spell slots, seems to be a little bit draining. Do I have all my stuff? Everything's good. Yeah, that being said, this has been a total, absolute shit show, and I love it. We're full on stuff. Let's get back into here. We only have Minthara to deal with. Creme de Minthara. And, the rest of this place is done. I think I've looted everyone. Dror Ragzlin is dead. If I recall correctly, there's not many people left over there by Minthara. And then after that, we go for the Shadow Song. But she's here. And she's the only one left. But I just wish I could, like, talk to her first. Okay, I'm going to send Astarion upstairs.
What now?
What now? And this has been a really, really eye-opening thing that like Astarion and my Paladin are absolutely carrying the party. Will is like okay, his damage is weak, his utility is decent. We have Halsin now who we'll use soon. But overall, this has been like crazy how useful Astarion, especially with that Night Stalker shield is. Arrows up here, that's a nice place for have arrows. It's amazing how incredibly helpful Astarion has been with like the Night Stalker cloak. So now we deal with Minthara. I'd like to be able to talk to her before we do this, but I think all I can really do is just knock her out. But she is level 6, which is no picnic. So now, what's this? Inventory equipment, okay. So now we try to get the fellas together. Where are the rest of the fellas?
At least things have stayed interesting.
All right, so we eventually will go down to where Princess Gut's chamber is, but we gotta go talk to Minthara now. We're relatively healthy. I should do a short rest so that Will has another spell slot in case this is difficult. So,
Everything is clear.
I should separate Astarion,
Trust no one.
set him hiding, and then we gotta go over here and talk to her. I don't know how much we can actually really talk to her. But I think she's basically just gonna be like insta-aggroed. So I wonder if I can go up to her and talk to her. This is just instant fighting. So what we're gonna have to do is knock her down. I wanna see if she has anyone with her. What is the aura of protection? +3 bonus to saving throws. I'm not sure if she has anyone with her. Let's sniff around here, see if we see anyone here with her. But this is the last chunk in the pie. Oh. There are some goblins over here. I think we have to go take these goblins out. So let's go this way with the team.
I have such a headache.
I have such a headache. How do I get over here? Let's run over here. Where's Astarion? He's here.
The element of surprise.
They can't see me. I'm gonna climb up here. I wish I could like find a way to extinguish torches from afar. Alright, we gotta clear these goblins out to make sure they don't join. Because Minthara is level 6. It's gonna be no joke. How do I get over there?
Best be on my way.
Oh, there's a way over here. Okay, so we gotta just walk over here and deal with this. Gotta use my second I'm just gonna try to fire on these guys. Who got a turn there? Shot by Neem. Just gonna try to get some shots in here. I have to get actually. I have to get a vampire charge on this guy. Where's the bite? There's the bite. Let's get another attack in here.
To the death.
Nice. Okay.
A better position.
Okay, so he's done. So who gets a turn? Will.
It's my time.
Just blast from range.
I'm ready.
Ready.
And whatever sort of range cantrip in game. Yeah, still honor mode. This whole orc place where you gotta kill the 3 leaders has been like chaos because I don't really know how to deal with the paladin vengeance code, because like ideally you want to find a way to be tricky about them and assassinate them, but like really the paladin is just like your days are done, and then the entire dungeon is against you. So actually, there's 3 bosses. One's level. I'm level 4. There's 3 bosses. One's level 4. One's level 5, and there's still Minthara, who's level 6. So the level 4 fight was actually terrifying because I killed the princess in like 3 hits, but then there was literally a swarm of 10 level 1 and level 2 goblins with a couple of level 3 goblins that ran me over, and I was this close to failing the entire run. Shadowheart died instantly, Will died later, but Astarion, who has my Dark Urge cloak, which renders him invisible after he gets a kill, just stayed at range, hit people with like AoE elemental arrows and arrows, kept re-stealthing, and totally saved the entire thing, while my paladin stood at the top of the ladder, surrounded by 6 people, tanking everything, and we eventually cut them all down. But the amount of deaths I've had, there was like a swarm of Zergs. The second boss wasn't so bad, but now she seems to be largely alone. But for a while, this was insane, man. Absolutely bananas. All right, we're getting there. Ow. But yeah, the Paladin and Astarion. No, it's this cloak here. I got this from one of the cutscenes where I'm the Dark Urge, where I killed that bard lady who plays on the lute and sings outside the Emerald Grove. And then she joined my team, and she's like and then I went to sleep, and then I woke up in the morning with blood on my hands and her ritualistically and gorily murdered. And I got this cloak. The Deathstalker mantle, once per turn when you kill an enemy, shroud yourself in invisibility, darkness to become invisible for 2 turns. And this is, no, it's dark, I think it's Dark Urge only. So I was like, wait a minute, I probably want this on the rogue. I thought I should give it to my paladin, but if your paladin's invisible, then your squishier members are gonna get killed. So the re-stealthing on this is like bananas. It was so useful, and Astarion completely carried it. But it was like literally 10 plus goblins rushing on me from the entire base. Yeah, the nice blue skin tiefling bard lady was like subject to the most gory murder I've ever seen in this entire game. It was actually somewhat upsetting. Anyway, so she's dead. But, you know.
Watch and learn.
Okay, we got through this. Now we do another short rest.
Time to get going.
And we're all set. Except for you, who's still burning, unfortunately. So yeah, we're getting through this, but like it has been just total chaos, and there wasn't like any sort of... Is what a new side quest.
Have a lot on my mind. Well, in it. Anything of use?
No, it's part of the Dark Urge stuff. I woke up in the morning being like, did I murder her? And I woke up with blood on my hands and her dead there, and I had no idea how I got there. So I just owned up to it to the team, being like, I think I killed her. And Astarion's like, ooh, I like it. And the other 2 are like, we're very upset by you and worried about how you're doing. So anyway, now the entire goblin base is killed now. This is like my last, but I owned up to it. I'm like, I think I did it. I don't remember doing it, but the way they framed it, it's not necessarily clear that I did it. You know what I mean? They just kind of they really want you to like think that you did,
Tippy toes.
but it's not clear whether I did. And then you get talked to. I now have like an undead demon butler who chit chats with me like in my sleep. So I don't know what's going on with that. But now we got one more of these bosses to go for. So we're gonna go see how this goes. But this whole goblin place is like no artistry, no subtlety, no story, just like a total shit show. And I was like, I was so close to dying. Did Will get his horns really early? At a certain point, he's like, I'll tell you when we get home to the base, to the camp, what's going on with me. And then his like guardian lady showed up and she gave him the horns because he didn't kill Karlach. So since he didn't kill Karlach, she's like, naughty, naughty, time to get poisoned. So he's a demon already, yeah. All right, so now let's try to deal with Minthara.
Keep your blade close.
So I think as soon as I get into range of her, she's gonna kill me. She's gonna get into combat with me, but I will try to knock her out instead of killing her, and hopefully that won't ruin my Vengeance Paladin run. We'll see. So yeah, it's been crazy, man.
Light on my feet.
This whole place has been like, I mean, I wouldn't mind recruiting her, but it might break my Paladin oath. I'm a little worried about that. What's soul branding? Creature's movement speed is decreased by 1.5 meters, and its next weapon attack deals an additional 3 to 9 fighter damage. Okay, so now let's just give her the business here. I really like, how would killing her mess up your Paladin run? I think sparing her. The way, if you don't ally with her, and when I fight her here, if I just knock her out with like if I just knock her out and do the non-lethal settings, then you can then recruit her in Act 2. But I'm sort of slightly worried that not killing her is going to break my Paladin oath somehow, because you're supposed to like render justice on the, you're supposed to render justice on like on the living, on the deserving. So I'm wondering how that's gonna go. So maybe I'll look it up. Actually, I'll just kind of figure it out. So I'm going to, that's my one concern. So if I don't actually execute her for being a bad guy, I wonder whether it'll break my Paladin oath. But we'll have to see. Okay, you just stay up here, keep hiding, and keep getting jump shots.
Talk to me.
He's held. If he's held, this means that he takes critical hits, which means she's gonna be in real trouble. So I wonder what I can do. I guess I can do a warding bond. Yeah, I think I do a warding bond here.
Time for a boost.
That'll help him not get murdered by her. I'll move over here. I don't want to get knocked into a pit or anything like that. See what Will can do. Let's do Hex.
I found my mark.
Oops. Shit. That's not how this works. Whatever, just stay here. Let's see what happens. I'll use Flourish. Nice. And then I'll just stay here, see what she does. She's gonna hit him and crit the hell out of him here. Yeah, look at that. That's crazy. Wait, oh, that killed both of them. Oh, she's crazy. So the problem there is that she gave him an armor class benefit, but I mean, if he does take damage, then holy shit, I gotta get them up. If she does take damage, wow, then they share it. So that was a mistake, because I think it was gonna be a guaranteed crit. Okay, that was a little spooky.
Excellent.
What should I do?
Okay, let's heal him. Okay, we're up. Back off a little bit.
This is my time.
So see what she does now. What can I do here? All I have is a bonus turn. So I can try to kill her with Pommel Strike, or I can just heal myself. Okay. See what she does. Big heal. Okay, she did the thing where she gets a guaranteed crit, which is scary. So for now, I just think you should try to knock her out. And do the best you can. How many turns do we have? 3 turns here. Okay, so what kind of bonus actions can I do? She doesn't have many bonus actions, does she? It's actually kind of a... It's actually a little bit of a problem. I should probably change what she has.
Take your
I missed this.
Okay. Let's do this one here. She missed. Offhand shot. She's gonna really mess us up.
No holding back.
Let's do mirror image. I think I'll just do I'll do Hex on her. I already used Hex, right? Yeah. I'll do Hexblade's Curse. Is she already Hexblade Curse? No. Hexblade Curse. And then attack her. So we should get a good chance of a kill here. Especially if I do Vow of Enmity here for the advantage on attack rolls. And then I should be able to finish her, right? We have a non-lethal damage. Let's see if this works. You've unlocked an action as a result of another ability feature condition. It will remain to the side of your hotbar until the conditions expire. What was it? What does that mean? What does that mean? Heroism? Warding bond, non-lethal damage, warding bond, lethal damage. So, if I press J now... We defeated all 3 Goblin leaders. We support the Halcyon. Okay, so that did count. Well, she's so much stuff. She's an outstanding bludgeon. She's a mace. Boots of striding. She has a spider's lyre. I like that. Send that to the camp. This is a supply pack. She has excellent armor, light armor with a stealth check. Okay. Dagger, drow leather gloves. Let's just take everything. Am I encumbered? No. Was it the best musical instrument? Was it a best in slot musical instrument? So she's knocked out. So I'm really, that thing where they said that you have some sort of like extra condition. I don't know what that means.
Defender of the people.
So I think we're just fine.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Okay, let's look around here if I see if we can find anything else.
Everything.
But I don't see any sort of debuffs or anything that's like, hey, if you don't murder her,
More for me.
your run's over. I want to recheck the... It must have just been this heroism thing, I guess. Okay, so I guess we're fine. Hell if I know. But this maybe means that I maybe can get her back later, but I'm never really sure. We got a war map here and a scroll of blur. So that was crazy. She was really strong, but she has no teammates to help her. But if you see her as a part of a larger group, I bet she's very challenging. Water sparkers. When the wearer stands in water during combat, it becomes electrified. If the wearer starts to turn electrified surface, they get 3 lightning charges. This was something that I thought was like really good, and tried to use it on Gale, but it never really worked out that well in the first game. 3 additional locations: Caravan Goblins, Toll House Knolls, Forest Supplies. Forest Supplies hover over an arrow pointing to the forest just to the camp's east. I'm gonna take this because I don't know what that says. Pick up. Because I have to read what that says, because that's telling me where there's some secrets. Anyway, so we seem to be clear. So I'm gonna go check with Halson in the base. Paladin Oathbreaker. Oral histories, Paladin Oathbreakers. Ooh. Let's see what this says. This book is comprised of several chapters, one for each cited source, that claims to contain first-hand transcriptions of the oral histories of several sword tales about the realm. Given Valarmore's reputation of Katla, the city she once called home, I met the former knight officer of the noble and exclusive order of the Radiant Heart with no small amount of trepidation. She has lived an outcast for some years now, and the rumors of her character quite preceded her. I spoke to one of the prelates of the order, who described her as a dreadful, strategic traitor, warning me that to find her would be suicide, that she would kill me before I could speak a single word. He was wrong. When I finally tracked her down, she spoke for hours. I left with a blessing to share her story. I will not disclose our meeting place, as the order punishes those who violate their vows with beheading. Of course, I regret it. Breaking an oath isn't going to go back in your word. It's an ethical quandary. Breaking an oath isn't going back in your word. It's not an ethical quandary. It wrenches out a part of your soul. Before I could call on angels to fight alongside me, I could banish fiends back to the hells and demons to the Vish, all with a thought and a prayer. I lost my voice. I speak, but this is my voice. It's an echo, a whisper. Tell them this. Most days I wish I'd die rather than breaking my oath, but then I'd never take back what I did, what I refused to do. Damn the order. Service became dogma. Obedience was virtue. To question was sin. Justice and duty are uncomfortable bedfellows and eventually make bashes of us all. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Pick up the book. Okay, so what's a crystalline lens? Goblin scimitar. All right, we're good. So, yesterday being May the 4th, there's a repertory theater. There's a repertory theater downtown, which was doing all 3 of the original Star Wars trilogies, none of which Andrea has ever seen before. So they're playing the movies at 3, 6, and 9 yesterday. So we weren't really gonna go through all 3 of them, although we considered it. But we did watch Star Wars: A New Hope for the first time for Andrea. It was like the remastered version of the 2000s, so there's like some CG graphics, but it was really fun. It was like a very enthusiastic audience, and it was fun to see for sure. That was good to do. To some degree, almost now, I understand why like the George Lucases and Steven Spielbergs of the world like wanted to finally like use computer graphics to make the movies look the way they always wanted them to look. She loved it. She's like, that was a really fun movie, and it's like illuminating how much that it like she's like, oh, there's so many like references and lines that I'd always like heard in pop culture but didn't know where they came from, so it's good to see it. What is this thing around me? The warding bond. Okay. What was I gonna say? And so yeah, I understand why like the George Lucases and Steven Spielberg's of the world in like the 2000s wanted to be like, I always wanted this movie to look a little bit different, so I added some computer graphics to like update E.T. or Star Wars or whatever. But I almost would rather watch the like 70s version of the movie just to like actually see how well they did the special effects at that time. Because like a lot of the ship sequences of like the Millennium Falcon and stuff, I think are like now computer graphics. So it's in an age now where all we see is computer graphics all the time, it's a little less impressive than seeing what kind of wizardry they actually did with VFX in the 70s. So that was the only thing where I was like, it's been a long time since I've seen like the actual like original version, and I'd like to see how that looks now. So anyway, it was really fun, and the audience was like so enthusiastic. It was fun to come out of the first movie, and then like you come out of it's like 5:30 p.m. in like May. It's so bright. I'm like waiting outside for Andrea, and like I'm just standing there watching all these people come out of here like blinking in like the daytime sun. It was just like a funny moment. Is Halson still here or did he leave? Halson's gone, so he went back to the base, right? So Halson went home, right? He's not here. Okay, so Halston went home. Got it. All right. So now we'll do the night song stuff, and then go back to base, and then probably change out Shadowheart for Halston. Okay, so this entire ridiculous adventure is done. I still have to deal with the guard lady. Yeah, totally. It just makes the space sequences look better, but I actually kind of wanted to see like what the space sequences look like originally, without like just to see what they did, like the kind of technical wizardry they did in like 1976 or 78 or whenever the movie came out. Anyway, it was pretty fun. A lot of people really liked her, especially, but a lot of people really liked the Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher bickering. Okay, I'm gonna do my long rest now, just in case there's some sort of battle I don't know about. But yeah, it's mostly just like the scenes with like the Millennium Falcon taking off and stuff, where I'm like, okay, this is new for sure. Oh, this guy's back. Nice.
You recognize the feathered creature. It's the owlbear
Hey,
cub
buddy.
you rescued.
Don't murder him. And then one of Andrea's girlfriends said that she's really liking the show Etoiles, which is the newest show by the people who made Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and it's a show about like a Paris and a New York ballet company who like swap their main who swap their main stars. So we've watched 2 episodes of it. I'm like, this sucks. I'm not feeling it at all. But like, you have to kind of play diplomacy once in a while in terms of who chooses what shows, you know. So I'm taking this one on the nose right now, but I'm not really enjoying it very much. It's so like, it's all this, it seems very, very similar to like the stuff that was like in the later seasons of Marvelous Mrs. Maisel that I didn't love, where it's so theatrical and so like overdone to some degree. I'm not loving it, I gotta say. Fetch a piece of food from your bag. Everyone likes that. Okay, good.
The cub's eyes lock on.
Yeah, it's by Daniel and Amy again. Eat the food. Come on, little guy. I'm sorry your mom died.
Careful. Once that thing's eaten through the camp, it might start looking at you hungrily.
He'll be back. He'll be
I'm
back.
not chasing after it, if that's what you're thinking.
Was it good? I remember I watched 3 seasons of it, and I always really enjoyed it. I thought especially like the stand-up sequences that Miss Maisel does are always like bang on. It was so good. It's just like it got more and more theatrical, like dance numbers out of nowhere and all these things. So I'm like, all right, this is fine, but it's like a little like show busy. I don't know. Okay, we good? It's morning? Good. All right. How many seasons were there of Miss Maisel? 5?
Mine never.
I think I watched 3. The slavers are gone. I gotta keep reloading my save here. I should maybe do a bug repair. I should maybe do a bug report. Okay, Big Mama's still here. Should I sneak past her? I think there's like a key or something.
Just out of view. Wonder if the gods are watching me.
I can't afford to fail. Onward.
Keep it quiet.
We should all do dashes, actually. No, I can't. I won't be able to go far enough. Does the person playing the Johnny Carson character, was it one of the people who was on the show?
Time for discretion. Nice and quiet now. Don't waste a step.
Padlock key. I want to get that. I'll get it with the Asterion afterwards. I like how there's a dash that's also a stealth dash. That's funny.
Whatever comes, I'm ready. Better tread carefully.
Nice. Some of the things about Miss Maisel, which is cool, is like actually what it was like to be like a Jewish comedian in the 50s, or like in that world. Like there's the Catskill Mountains and everything, where like apparently so many like famous stars like got started or got like a lot of regular work there. Those are things I didn't really. Oh shit! I forgot to do his weapon. Okay, classic.
I was trying to concentrate.
Okay, so with you, I want to get this padlock key. I'm gonna wait. Because I don't think you can do both these, can you?
What have we here?
Oh, he's not even in combat, is he? I think he's gonna get in trouble here. Okay, he's pretty fast. Good.
Does this count as adventuring?
All right, let's get out of here. I think I can leave turn-based mode now. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Okay, so we're out of here. I gotta do Will's stupid weapon thing, which I always forget about.
Might be worth a look.
What did you see? What's that? A rocky crevice? Okay, everyone up here.
Time for bitter business the light would fear to shine on.
All right. Okay, so now we do some tricks or something here. Remember, this is like a
My faith protects me.
turns out to be a what? Like a some sort of chess puzzle.
If not over, then through.
What's that?
What's that?
Lever.
Don't mind if I do.
All right. Okay, here we go.
Looks like all those moon plates can be turned.
Okay, so remember this. It's sort of like a tricky puzzle. But there's also a lever here, which I can unlock, which I might do something. Let's see what's over here. That's locked.
What's next, I wonder?
I should actually have given the guidance to Astarion and led with Astarion here, I think.
On my way.
Okay, nothing else here.
Cursed.
So what happens with this lever? Can I use this lever to unlock this whole thing? I gotta wait for guidance to go out then. So how does this work? You want these all to illuminate? Each of them have 3. I think you want the dark one to be on the outside, right? Doesn't really work that way. Okay, so I'm gonna use the Stereon to go open this thing over here, see what happens.
Easy.
Whoa, that's a lot of bonuses. Blows my mind every time. I also have 29 Thieves Tools, which is so nice. It's like impossible to fail these lockpicks. What does that do? You can just get through? So is this just the same? Is this just my way through? Okay, cool. So you can just unlock it?
Nothing hurts anymore.
Don't have to do the trick? That's nice.
Wonder if the gods are watching.
Unless the trick gives you something else. Alright, let's look around. Okay, so if this is the illuminated one. Locks the door again. How does this work? This is the one that has markings on it. The rest don't. Why? There must be some sort of thing somewhere that reflects this, right? There must be some sort of picture on the wall. Oh, here it is. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. How do I do this? So maybe I have to get all the light off this one.
This goes
There.
very far
Nice.
down.
We got XP for that. So you just want to remove all the darkness from that one, all the light from that one. And spread it out to the other four. That's pretty cool. I'll take the XP. How are we doing for level wise? We're like a little bit halfway over 4. Logbook of sendings. I'll take this book to read this later. Okay, so find the night song. Okay, so I wonder where this takes me, but I think this is one of the ways you get to the Underdark. Let's find out what happens. This looks like the Underdark. This is spooky. Is the ladder gonna crash? Why are we doing this?
Spent much time in the Underdark.
Okay.
Some. And you?
This is Act 2.
Perfect hunting ground for, you know.
Perfect. You tried drinking an earth element.
So this is how I basically missed all the Kresh stuff later, is I went all the way down here, and then you're right into Act 2. Okay, so let's go back up. I can do that, right? Yeah, okay. Let's look around a little bit first.
Seems simple enough.
Okay, so we at least know there's multiple ways to get to the Act 2 if you really want to rush through the game. Duly noted. I guess they give you that extra animation because it's so far. Okay, so the night song is just like a relic to get. Okay, so I guess we're done here. So can I leave? It's like no. Let's just get out of the Goblin camp and let's go deal with Halsin. See what happens with the Emerald. I guess we're no longer gonna have the Emerald Circle attack. Oh yeah, the lady's still here.
These boots have seen everything.
I can maybe try to pickpocket her.
I hope to survive this. Off I go.
I don't know. She's not the most observant little kitty in the world, is she?
Out of mind. Not a peep. Step carefully.
Can I pickpocket? Promise my other teammates don't have turns. See what happens.
Little chicane.
Nothing? Okay. Has nothing. Simplifies things a little bit. Whoa. Okay, she doesn't seem to care anymore.
Let's keep to the shadows.
I can be subtle sometimes.
Alright. Well, forget about her. Why are you sneaking around? I'm in base. What do you care, Volo?
Out of sight, out of mind.
Alright, let's get out of here.
Never a dull moment.
Wow, what a crazy series of events this place was. There's also stuff in here, too. Let's see if I can get through here. I don't want to make sure I don't destroy everything, but... Oh, wait.
Maybe
Scroll
I need
of Revivify, hell yeah. Oh, wait, I also have a bunch of gear. I have a bunch of gear now, don't I? Type.
What a day.
You guess that nice piece there. Does anyone else have something? I think she's a new mace, right? Okay, looks better.
Looking ahead. Have I been this way before?
So what in here is lootable? It seems to be good to have one person who's useful with arrows in this game. There's just so many arrows they give you. There's so much utility in like the specialty arrows.
That might be worth a look.
What do these rocky crevices do? Anyway, so your time to unlock a chest.
With pleasure.
Ooh, 18. Ooh la la. 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, that should be good.
Alright, what now?
$300. Nice. How much money do I have now? Alright, back over 1,000 just from loot from here. That's good. What do these rocky crevices do?
Not a chance.
Okay, nothing. Alright, let's get out of here.
Might be useful. Another step forward.
Alright, so to the front door. Wow, this was crazy. I'm totally unsatisfied how this went, but a lot of times I felt sort of like restrained by the... What's up, fellas? Okay.
Just like old times. Over here.
3 more goblins. You really can't hit this guy, huh?
Sounds like fun. Another fight. Let's go.
Let's just get in their face.
Have to keep going.
Wait, there's like 8 more dudes here. Where are they? Should I just run for the door?
Sometimes the only way
Should I do compelled duel? Give myself a bit of a buff. So they're gonna shoot me like 5 times now. They're all just waiting by the front door. They miss a lot on him, fortunately. One thing I need to figure out is more... Oh, sorry, no. Don't do that. One thing... the fucking door. One thing I need to figure out is more bonus actions for Shadowheart.
No holding back. Finding my way.
They're all just waiting here. We really killed this guy with this. Oh, tough miss. Okay, so give me the business, boys. Lots of misses. I like that. Can I get a dagger shot on this guy? I can. Wow, he has so much range. What are you doing?
This will do nicely.
Okay. They're all squishy though.
Can't even catch my breath.
Okay, dodged 2 shots. Critical hit. Let's hit hard actually. Jesus.
Let's make this quick.
Battle favors the fearless.
I should have actually just kind of shot the far off guys for this one. That's fine.
Yes.
Go get him. Hold on. I could have done the sneak attack actually.
Time to push my luck again. Into the bloody fray.
The poor goblins. I wonder if outside I'm going to be... Here's the other concern, is that whether the goblins outside are going to be aggroed as well. Because then I'm in big trouble. That's something I'll run away from. So how does this fairy fire thing work? Once per short rest, you can encase a target in fire fire for 2 turns if you miss an attack against it. Okay. That just happens.
Never a dull moment.
Hitting him a lot. She does so much damage when she does. I need a good angle on this guy. Path is interrupted. This is something that's hard sometimes. Some spells are like a straight line. There we go. It'd be nice if they like auto-targeted that a little bit for you. Oh, he might get a better angle by being able to... I think he leaps on the sneak attack, and then in that case, you might get a slightly better angle, but it might just be an animation flourish. Okay, so who doesn't have a helmet yet?
Let's get on with it.
Where am I needed?
Well, hello.
Well, hello.
I can do better. I must.
The pride of the gate.
Okay.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting.
So yeah, I think you're right. I think they're probably going to be chill. I think we're all just buddies. They don't the front door, back door. No one could possibly deal with that. Okay, 1 or 2 more to loot. I gotta do a short rest, and then here we go. Try to wrap up some more of Act 1. This game is really fun. It's so intriguing, and graphically like just so impressive. I find, which is part of the reason it's so appealing. It just looks so good, in like particularly the cutscenes.
Careful, I might.
Careful, I bite.
Still alive. So that's progress.
All right, so short rest.
Awake and alert.
Let's get out of here. How's your weekend? What's going on? Okay, they are not cool with me. And there's like 50 goblins out here. So, this means I probably go back inside. There's like, they're all level 1 and 2, but this is a lot of fucking goblins. I think you try to find a different way out of here. So, where are the other ways out? Over here, there's a cracked wall. This is like 30 dudes. Well, here's a question. Can I just teleport out of here? No. Okay, so let's go back inside.
Let's try this.
The goblins are not cool with me.
Worth a shot.
There's like 30 dudes out here. Holy cow. Okay, so these guys are in a spot of bother. How many guys are getting turns here? I mean, at least we got the owlbear and freed my boy.
Looks simple enough.
A big slow dude here. As long as I get a turn before the massive dude, which I seem to. Ow. Ow. What's that? Acid is not good. This is... Do you want to just hit me with everything? Okay, can I make it to the door? Disengage. Okay, so now I gotta figure out a different way out of here. I didn't do anything. They didn't even know I existed. Okay, so he has taken a ton of damage. Okay, so somewhere over here, there should be a cracked door I can get out. Right? Where is it? Is it on an upper level? Somewhere there should be there should be that destroyed door I can get through. Is it here? Let's check out this ladder. That might allow me to sneak out of here. I also have to heal him now. What other ways out are there? So one of you guys needs to
No time to dally.
successfully... One of you guys has to successfully find this cracked door.
Don't linger.
What is that? A burrow hole. Where's the cracked door? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It's not here. Do I have like a shrinky potion? Can I shrink myself? Probably not. I don't see the door here. I don't think I can shoot this to blow these all up. Go over here, see if I can find another secret somewhere. I also got a padlock key. Maybe I should see if this guy's still around. But I gotta find a different way out of here. Where would that be? The second try after that is to try to escape here. Stealthed and see if I can get out after that. I know also I can go through here, but that spider area just leads to the same place. Okay, let's get this guy out of here. I gotta disarm this. The prisoner escape route. Where would that be? Yeah.
Where the absolutes love gotten. Get
He completely genocided.
gonna find me a new tribe. One that appreciates the old ways.
Okay, I've got some inspiration for that. That's good. Okay, how the hell do I get out of here?
Quick step.
Oh, there's more. Oh shit, there's more zombies here. There's more goblins here. I'm sick of these dudes.
Go for the throat.
I'm sick of killing them.
Don't waste a step.
Got to press on.
Okay. All right, Will. It's just you, buddy.
2 steps at a time.
Okay.
What to do?
So how do I get out of here? There's something weird about this map, this part right here. It's just really like the camera does not like me at all. Okay, so this is where these guys are. How do I get out of here safely? If I go down here,
Build my castle with bones.
that spiderweb cave just takes me near where the princess's lair is. I gotta find some sort of other way out of here.
Wish I had a bag of holding.
So I wonder who escaped to tell me about all this. This looks like it could work. What's over here? Okay, I think I'm the only person who can jump this.
Slug my guts through this hell.
Passageway.
Keep a blade close.
Let me explore this.
Still in control.
See where this goes. There's a side way. Okay, I can get out through here. And then from here, I should be able to just leave. So you say the side exit is near where you fought the lady you can recruit. Let's go see what's going on with Mithara. I'll go sniff that out, but it looks like we did find a right. We did find a correct path, which is good. This is where Volo was. Thara is gone. Okay, well, I guess we did find a route, so might as well take it. It's over here, right? Okay, found it. Yeah, it was pretty near there. You're right. Good memory. Good memory. So it's over here. Okay. So that means I could have found this place before. I didn't really see it. I just hope all these guys can actually jump through here. So you can sneak in, like save this guy, maybe go assassinate Mithara or go talk to her. You guys can jump this, right? I think they all have roughly the same strength. Good. Okay. Good.
All right.
All right. We're out. I can't even see that. Maybe I could have seen this passageway, but I just didn't.
All's well that ends.
Okay, so.
Not as bad as it could have.
Okay, so now. We do have the spider thing to do, but for now I'm going to go check out the Emerald Grove. And see if I can talk to Halsin and see how this all goes.
Walk in death.
Everyone's at full health except him, who took a bunch of damage from the dudes. I could maybe just use potions for that. I'll just leave my health as it is. Hopefully I can dump some inventory. And hopefully we'll talk. Maybe wait on the spider thing. I feel like now, being like level 4, if I can get another level, I'll probably wait on the spider thing, because I agree that's like one of the scariest. If I recall correctly, that was the scariest battle. That or the Emerald, that or the Hag were the scariest battles here. I can also just like not do any of those things if I truly want to.
By Delt's virtue.
True, yeah.
The Blade of Frontiers? What's happened, Will?
I also don't have to do any of it, really.
Angering the wrong devil.
Believe me, I understand better than most.
A moment passes as Sevlor contemplates Will's words. He then turns his attentions to you.
Yeah.
A scout just reported.
I forget what made it so hard.
Goblin's leadership has been decimated. We might escape this place yet. I took a collection from all of us. It isn't much, but you've earned it.
Yeah. It took me a lot of attempts to do. All I remember is like casting fire on the web to drop the spider down, and I thought it'd be more effective than it was. You can keep your coin.
Very good of you. Thank you.
Right, yeah.
Halsin will likely want to thank you too, mind. He returned just a while ago. I believe he's catching up with Korga. As for us...
Yeah, she's really scary. She wrecked me. I don't remember the battle at all. There's probably a legendary action too, because it's honor mode.
Finally leave. But perhaps we need not speak of farewells. We'll join your camp tonight to celebrate if you'll have us.
I think if I'm level 5, I think I'm in a good shot. We'll see you there. Complete. Raid the Emerald Grove. Okay, we're clear. Folk hero. Guardian of the Forgotten. That feels good. I'm gonna talk to the people, see how everyone's feeling here.
That's it. We can head to the city.
God, it's all worth it now. But that was a insane shit show on Saturday when I was playing this.
I have something to ask.
Heldrael didn't want us.
Look at the size of this man. They don't even know.
Hell didn't either. But you risked your life for us.
I like those little bird tattoos on the face. Those are cool.
Sharp as a razor. I knew this would come right if we just stayed positive.
I agree. That or the hag fight are the ones that still scare me at this point. I want to go see the Githyanki Kresh. So many kids here.
God, it seems we might actually make it to the city now. Hope the neighbors are a bit more welcoming.
Okay. I'm gonna take my little victory lap here.
I'd have put good coin on you running off into the sunset, but you did it. You stopped the goblins.
Booby traps are like probably literally one of like the scariest parts of the playthrough. One of those ones where it's like flame gargoyles and then poison gas that explodes. That's what killed me before when I was on tilt from losing Asterion.
Instead, we might actually make it to Baldur's Gate.
I'm glad you came through it alive.
Good voice, good voice.
We owe you more than we can repay.
Did you know that Bill Hader's new girlfriend is Ali Wong?
You've solved one problem for us.
I approve of that couple.
It's on us to solve the next.
This is the one who's all tilted. She still hates me, right?
Seems this individual doesn't think very highly of you, but few can resist
Hey, what can you
a
do?
well-timed gift.
I don't have to be friends with everybody.
Watching gods. While I was training children.
Yeah, I think I watched the same clip.
Cutting down an entire goblin.
I think I heard it a few months ago, but then reheard it now. All right, let's keep sniffing around here. I got some major work to do on this other thing. On this, I got a lot of things to sell.
Thought you'd left us to our fate running off like you did. Glad I was wrong.
Yeah, that's the same one I watched. I watched it like 3 days ago or 2 days ago. That's the one where like they're joking about how they have like when him and Conan go out to dinner, they have like 2 hours of jokes and impressions, and then the last like 10 seconds, like, by the way, I think I should like go to therapy. I'm really depressed. That's that one, right? Because they were talking about the houses being burned down.
One sorrow ended, the next soon to begin.
These guys all have pretty minor dialogue.
We didn't die today. Tomorrow, perhaps, but not today. Thanks to you.
Glad to see some goblin blood spilled for a change. Was sick of running from those rats.
This guy again.
I nearly dispatched those goblins myself.
This guy
but
sucks.
It seems you managed well enough. And why wield a masterwork where a butcher's blade will do?
Wow.
My thanks.
What a douche. I hope something bad happens to that guy. I might try to make it happen.
Was you right? You took care of the goblins. I knew you were a good one.
You're welcome.
Back to worrying
First
about
old
road
tiefling I saw.
rations it is. So many mouths to feed, but, well, that's not a bad problem to have. Thank you, truly.
Were you guys ever tempted to watch that show Beef that had Ali Wong and the guy from The Walking Dead in it? I think she's really good on that show.
So
I thought it was pretty good.
You scattered the goblins. Peace can finally return to this corner of the Sword Coast. Thank you.
Also, a lot of people seem to really like Andor right now. I want to trade if you have anything good.
Of course.
Okay, time to clear my inventory. I don't know if this guy's 674 gold is going to cut it. Oops. Stop giving him stuff. That mace looks suspicious like a shovel. Okay, most of the stuff I can keep. So I don't really have much here.
How delicious.
So I found my first found my first hand crossbow. I have to sell this blue one. Actually, I might be able to give this to someone else. Maybe someone else can use a heavy crossbow. I also have to kind of like watch out for stuff for Halsin too.
Sharp as ever.
I'm gonna keep the scale mail of vengeance because it's my character's original gear. Keep the spiderweb boots. Okay, this guy's basically out of money.
Whatever comes, I'm ready.
Oh, I didn't know I had this. I just want money for now. I think genre fans are a little overboard on how gaga they are for it, but it's a very good slow burn. It's good. I think the genre fans are just like really, really looking for Star Wars stuff to like really love. You know what I mean?
May you keep balance. Where am I? What's going on?
Okay, what was I just looking at? There was something where I was like, I should keep this or something. Oh, she's got a different weapon. Oh, that's so much better. Oh my god. One hit at Morningstar. 2 to 9 versus 2 to 7. I'll take it. There's no benefit though. Whereas this gives me the fairy fire. What is fairy fire? That's pretty good. All right, I'll keep it though. What's this? Oil of sharpness. Okay.
Intestines throb, blood whispers.
It was funny to see the combination of like people like in their 20s who were basically born when the second Star Wars trilogy came out, who were watching it for the first time, who were like, dude, I have so many thoughts on this. Is the edible going to kick in soon? We got to go to the dispensary between the first and second movies. It was so funny. And then there's also the dudes who are like, there's also like nerdy couples like in their late 40s or early 50s who would laugh at every single like campy Star Wars line. Like there's a line somewhere like halfway through A New Hope where they're like, watch out for the stormtroopers, their aim is impeccable, or something along those lines, and they're like loving it. They're laughing so hard at things like that. You love to see the enthusiasm. Okay, let's go talk to Halsin. Like even now, people like when the prologue rolls. When the prologue rolls, people are like cheering. It was kind of like when the other Star Wars trilogies came out. I remember when like the first one of like the Daisy Ridley Adam Driver movies comes out, people were like cheering and screaming and shouting at the prologue as well. But by the second and third movie, they're like, okay, maybe I'm not so enthusiastic anymore. Another thing I noticed about A New Hope is outside of like the first 10-15 minutes, which is just R2-D2 and C-3PO basically getting captured up until the point where you meet Luke, that part's a little bit slow paced, but the pace of the rest of A New Hope is like boom, 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 boom. It's really, really like the amount of stuff that happens in 2 hours in A New Hope is like incredible. Like I kind of forgot. I was like, is the movie over yet? And that was before. I was like, oh yeah, they take down the Death Star in this movie too. I forgot about that like final fighting sequence. They cram so much into 125 minutes. It's crazy. Very, very impressive.
Can't give up now.
Very, very impressive.
Let's move.
All right, let's see what happens here.
You took it upon yourself to undertake the Rite of Thorns. I ought to exile you from this place forever. Instead, I shall listen to the explanation that you owe me.
I owe you nothing. Goblins
Really?
swarmed us like roaches while you stumbled after the past. You chose to abandon us. I chose to protect us.
Silence! The rite has been ended. I will allow you to stay, but consider yourself a novice anew. You have forgotten the ways of the druids, our place in the natural order. You shall learn it all once again, right here.
Oh man, he is upbraiding her.
Nature's fury will crush you.
As you wish, Master Halsin.
The fire of ambition is in her very blood, and cruel blood is a life companion. That's a badass line. A lot of the subplots were cut. George wrote really bad dialogue. What were the subplots that got cut? Do you know any offhand? And the dialogue is pretty bad, I agree. But like, they're writing such original stuff in sci-fi. So it is, yeah, it is kind of cringe. I guess basically the bad dialogue stuff kind of more comes into scrutiny in the second trilogy. But yeah, what were the subplots that got cut?
There is naught a clear and meditative mind cannot overcome. After we stray, we return to the fold, having learnt to do better. And in the fold, Korga is needed. You will soon see why. But enough of that for now. I owe you my thanks. The grove stands. Nature prevails. And again, I am in your debt. Speak to Wrath. He will reward you for your efforts.
That's what I was going to say. I think Wedge or Biggs or whoever, the one with the mustache, that's the only like remnant of that part, I guess. I was like, oh wow, they like know each other. I didn't remember that at all. He's like, yeah, this is like the baddest. Luke's like the baddest pilot on Tatooine. What happens next?
The journey to Moonrise Towers, and all the dangers that entails. But that's tomorrow's problem. Take some time.
Okay, so he joins us tomorrow. Good.
Rest, celebrate. Come morning, I'll be by your side.
All right, sweet.
Sylvanas.
Sylvanas would not command
These
us to
things have
invite
stayed
rot
interesting.
into our midst.
Oh, child. You have drifted far from the Oakfather's teachings.
This is a funny picture. Oh yeah. Make love to the bear. I wonder if that scene only happens if you're Astarion, as that works for everybody. They showed it for Astarion in like the original preview of the game that made the game like so... that increased people's hype for it by so much. I like how everyone is a named person in this game. Every single person in the game you can talk to. Oh, you did? You banged him?
We wasted so much time fighting each other. Sylvanas taught us a lesson by letting an outsider save us.
Nice.
I hear the Goblin leaders met their ends. Unfortunate for them, but very fortunate for the Grove.
I like these halfling... I like these gnome druids. Okay, do I have any animal speaking potions? Let's chit chat with the Blue Jays. I love Blue Jays. I saw a great video today of like a blue jay. It's not a blue jay, but a little blue bird like it that has a nest with a camera in it, and like the female is there protecting the eggs in her nest, and some other bluebird comes in to try to mate with her kind of forcefully, and she like calls for help, and then her and her mate bully and beat up the bluebird till it flies away. I was like, yes, I love this. Any close calls during the honor mode? Yeah, there's 3. You have to kill the 3 goblin leaders inside the goblin temple. And the first one, the first one, Princess Gut, is only level 4 when I was level 4. So she died in 2 to 3 hits, but then there's like 12 goblins swarming you, and there's progressively less goblins that help you with the next 2 fights. So then the third one, Minthara, who's level 6, luckily, there's no goblins basically helping her. But the first one, I killed Princess Gut in like 3 hits, and then like 10 or 12 goblins swarmed my party and like killed them. Like basically killed Shadowheart and took out Will, and then I just barely survived with just the Paladin and Rogue. No, I didn't see this in real life. It was just like a video I saw. So yeah, that was the main close call. Also, early on, there's been some kills as well.
Does this look good?
Oh, he's got to make a nest for his babies. Deception. I leave it out. It's too dull. No, I don't care. You can have it. It's slightly off. Push a bit to the right. I'm going to help him out here.
Yes. Yes, you're right.
That's it.
I like how he's British. So the party members permadead or can use scrolls to revive. You can use scrolls to revive if necessary, but ideally you just go to the camp and pay $200 for withers to revive them. So you only do the scroll if you have to save them like mid-fight. But if you can wait till, if you can get through the rest of the battle, you can just spend $200 to revive them, which is obviously the cheapest one. Because the scrolls of Revivify, even though I probably have about 6 or 8 of them. Probably. He has none. She has 1. He has 4.
The pride of the gate.
And he has 1. So I've got 6 currently. Yeah. Honor mode is just that if your whole party is wiped, your honor mode run is over. And then you can either hang it up, or you can continue the rest of your playthrough in Tactician, which is the hardest difficulty. But if you beat the entire game on honor mode, you get like the dice that give you like your bonus aesthetic. Your bonus aesthetic reward.
Never a dull moment.
They should all be.
I talk to the piggy. I love piggies. Yeah, so there's not like a permadeath party members are dead forever. That would be crazy. I think that's an interesting thing.
Haunches clenching and unclenching impatiently.
Where's Alcin?
He's so horny. Look at him. Trevor, what I was gonna say also is I don't remember when you played, but exactly. But early on when I played it, and also later on when they did one of the first patches after release, they were like, we've kind of toned down how horny everyone is towards you for your origin companions in the first act because they're a little overtuned for a romance, I think. What was I gonna say? Yeah, Fire Emblem style. I don't know if it's I don't know whether, I'm sure there's a mod for it, but I don't think there's an official setting of permadeath. Permadeath would be really interesting because I would say offhand there's probably 10-ish companions, and there's so many builds per companion that like a sort of Iron Man mode, where if you lose someone they're gone, and then you have to move on to the next person. Yeah, it's probably the Bard. Yeah. If there was an honor mode where like if a companion died you had to move on to the next one, that would be a really like interesting thing to do for sure. And if I played the game more, I would maybe try that at some point.
What's up for discussion?
I mean, I could play this game again afterwards. It's so fun, but who
I
knows?
wasn't sure about you at first. Thought you might be trouble. I was very wrong.
God, they're just hanging off me. I'm trying to lead a group here. I can't just have sex with you all the time. So I'm gonna talk to Kaga one more time. I'll talk to this guy. This is the guy who rewards me. I like this guy.
You brought Halcyon back.
Thank you. No, thanks is not enough. May Sylvanus bless you for all your days. I cannot imagine taking on a camp full of goblins was a simple task.
It's funny that like Granny, like, you know what they say, like how like the most like promiscuous behavior happens in like senior citizens homes and everything. Granny was just trying to be a granny, but they just wanted her too bad. I cannot imagine taking a camp full of goblins is a simple task. It was a hell full of blood and ash. It was. It actually was a hell full of blood and ash. I was so stressed the entire time.
To be expected. I'm glad you survived.
I like this guy a lot.
contact. And I promised you a reward, didn't I? Let me show you on your map where you can find the cache. Take this rune. You'll need it. Place it among the pedestals inside our library. When the wolf glows brightest, everything in the vault below will be yours.
I love some good loot. I'm gonna talk to this guy, then I'm talking to Kaga.
This grove a great favor. And now leave the rest to us.
I've got a new boyfriend. He's 84.
Returning to the grove. We have you to thank for that.
I had my first hike in Gatineau Park this weekend. It's so beautiful. It's nice to get back out in like the hiking type stuff because it's been so much. Besides just like walking to and from the gym, I've done so little like actual cardio the whole summer, the whole winter. So like the first couple of like hills when I'm out in the trails, I was like, whew, whew, here we go. Back at it, baby.
Peace. Enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah, I didn't think she'd have much dialogue for me, but I was hoping. Okay, so I'm gonna talk to the healed bird, and then I gotta figure out. They said something about the wolf statue or something.
Wings still a little stiff, but I'm getting stronger.
I found trails in Gatineau Park due to Andrea's excellence of research that we haven't even done before, actually. Because she does so much cross-country skiing in the winter that she found a bunch of ones that are cross-country skiing only during the winter.
Always room for more.
So I got to do some ones I haven't seen before, which is great. But yeah, I was out there in my Blundstones because I thought it'd be like muddy and everything. So there's these big heavy boots and like the first couple of hills, man, are like whoo. No leash for Kitty. Kitty mostly stays to the backyards. There's a little bit of other cats in the neighborhood to stress her out a little bit. Mostly she stays in the backyard and like hunts mice and hangs out with the bunnies. Basically, it's pretty great. So far she's pretty good. So what did he say? He said to... Take this rune, you'll need it. Place it among the pedestals inside our library. When the wolf glows brightest, everything in the vault below will be yours. So what's going wrong? What's the problem here? The bunnies are like her size. She mostly just eats mice and shrews sometimes. She's got to get her shots, actually. I kind of forgot about that. Got to get a rabies shot every year. And then feline leukemia every 3 years. Apparently feline leukemia is like a virus you get from other cats. She's like way overdue for it. Hope it doesn't turn into a problem. But the bunnies are like around. They're chilling. Even some of the wildflowers we bought for our garden this year are like ones that Andrea bought to be like anti-bunny. I'm like, why are we going anti-bunny? I want squirrels and bunnies and skunks in the yard. She's like, yeah, I very much don't. I'm like, oh, okay, fair enough. I like having like a safe place for the mammals. Like yesterday morning, I got up like 7:30, or like I went outside at like 7:30, and there's just a bunny in the yard who was like, if I don't move, he won't see me. Broad daylight, just chilling. There's a lot of bunnies around here. Oh, you just drag it. Okay. There's nothing that makes me more excited in video games than things like this, when you drop down and find like a staircase to like an old treasure cache. Yeah, I know what you mean. I think you have to kind of like choose how much you can sort of manage the chaos of nature, you know what I mean? For me, I like the things that seem like analogous to wildlife. I don't like there's the kind of like, there's the philosophy of like English gardens versus French gardens. French gardens are like, everything is perfectly immaculate. The hedges are shaped like elephants and animals, and it's fanciful on purpose. Where the English garden is basically like all of nature in a microcosm. You know what I mean? Like this mound is a hill. These trees are a woods. Like the kind of more chaotic style. I really like that. I think I'm mostly influenced by Barry. Because Barry's like, the more sort of like wild, the more sort of like wild grassy stuff you have, the more biodiversity you have. So I think I'm much more influenced by that than being like, I need my hedges to be perfect and this is a perfect flower patch and all those things. Just for me, that's like a little more appealing. There's just so little room for animals in a city. So the best you can do, the better, I think. But that takes a lot of time, and more time than I'm going to put into myself. Yeah. Hidden vault. Okay. That looks like a nice little glaive over there. Secret Societies of the Sword Coast. Exposed! Bunch of potions. Amazing. Love that for me. Elixirs, toxins for him. I gotta remember to do the to do toxins for him as best as I can. I'm gonna try to give mostly scrolls to Will. Bee Sanctuary is a lot of work, yeah. And like, it's hard to figure out a way to have like a wild kind of sanctuary, bee sanctuary, butterfly, native species, without it just turning weedy, you know what I mean? I just don't know enough how to do that. What are you guys doing for the garden this year? Hosta is one of those things I know a lot about, but if you told me if you asked me to like say what a hosta is right now, I wouldn't know what it was. The Harpers, the most well-known of the Sword Coast cabals, perhaps but certainly not benign in its shrouded doings. But my sources claim that those belong to this mysterious faction of Boar power. But if that is so, why do they not expose their revelations of their inquiries for the public good? Why indeed? Because knowledge is power, and the Harpers intend to keep both for themselves. Shadow Druids, weigh the life of a man against that of a sapling oak. Which do you value more highly? Ask a Shadow Druid the self-same question, be shocked by their answer. This dangerous group utterly disregards intelligent life in favor of the life of plants and insects. Their perversion of the natural order leads them to plan and execute plots so dastardly that the mere description of one would leave you glancing sideways at your begonias. The Order of Clerd, the least known and accordingly most dangerous of the secret societies I've researched is the Order of Clerd. My sources tell me the shadowy conspiracy of murderers, mutilators, and tyrants regularly meet to plan the demise of any number of innocent citizens of our fair land. What's more, they like it. Dark Justiciars. I shudder even to describe the name upon the purity of this page. I shall leave it at this. They worship Shar. Right, yeah. I watched a video yesterday of like an Italian family who's been making like sort of just tomato sauce, like many Italian families do, for like generations. And they're saying that like basically they do like I mean it's in Italy, so they get like literally 3 harvests of tomatoes a year. But they're saying their combination of tomatoes to make their sauce was San Marzanos, which everyone knows about because San Marzanos don't have seeds. And then a combination of Tranese, 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 Regina, and cherry tomatoes. But the San Marzanos are the ones that most people use. And they pick all the tomatoes, then they let them rest in the shade outdoors for like 2-3 days, and then they like cook them just for 5 minutes to get all the water out in like a half-filled pot. Like it's more tomato than there is water, but once you cover the pot and boil for 5 minutes, it all releases all the water, and then you sieve them and just like salt and sugar. Yeah, I didn't know that about San Marzanos either, but it makes sense. That's why they're the most popular. Druid note. The Emerald Enclave won't send help even if I ask. This land is wounded and the rot is deep, but is deep everywhere. I can't wait for help to come, but I need not face the darkness alone. Okay, so we done here? Probably nothing in these jars. Okay, so what we got there? We got some potions and we got a glaive. Sorrow. A two-handed glaive. Who used this last time I played? I think I might have given it to Shadowheart, or I just didn't use it. Sorrowful Lash, transmutation cantrip. Pulls the creature 3 meters close to you. Cool. Alright. Cool. Alright, well. Good to know. Yeah.
Looking ahead.
And then I was comparing it to like other Italian families, and like a lot of Italian families don't actually even cook the tomatoes first. They just make them. And like just only in like the jar sterilization process do you then get the tomatoes cooked. But these people cooked it for 5 minutes. It makes a lot of sense because it releases the water and it probably makes it taste better.
King, what else do we need?
And they're even saying when they put one single basil leaf in each jar, saying that more than one basil leaf is overpowering. Tomato sauce is one of those things that I wish I had like more mastery of than I do. Okay, so we're all done here. R.I.P. Alfira the Bard. I miss her already. I can't talk to this bear. It's cool. I think you can just always send your camp supplies to the base in this game. Okay, so I like her too. She shows up in Act 3. She's like singing over the course of like over the town, over the rooftops. Sorry, I blacked out a little bit. Okay, so now you basically just choose your way to find your way to the Underdark. So now there's the spider, there's the sunlit wetlands where the hag is, and there's the Githyanki Kresh. And she was so sweet too. I was like, wow, I wonder what happened. Maybe it was because I didn't help her with her song, but she's like, hi, I'm going to join you guys and fight along your side. I'm so excited for the future. And I was like, this is terrific. And then I'm like, okay, long rest. And then I wake up in the morning and she's gone already. and it was the goriest thing. Like her intestines were out. She had like one of her own horns through her heart. It was so gory. Also, when I clipped myself killing Astarion, I made a clip of it, and I put the short up on TikTok, and they didn't allow me to use it. They're like, this is too gory. It violates community guidelines. I was like, okay, well. And then it'll probably go up on, and then the same one will go up on YouTube tomorrow when the Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough starts, as like the only remnant of the first playthrough. And I don't know. They probably won't show it to that many people. I think they can detect the gore, or maybe TikTok's more assiduous about it. It was too gory. They didn't let me do it.
I wasn't sure we'd make it through. I wish I had better, but this is all I have.
Does this guy have anything good? Should I take his... Oh, we got another hand crossbow.
May Timora's luck twist your way.
Yeah, just Astarion being gouged. Okay, so now let me see. I have this nice longbow, but I think I can do double hand crossbow now.
No one stopped me yet.
See, this works. Apparently, it's quick good. Cool. Dush, dush.
Let's move.
Because a lot of times he doesn't have a bonus action to do when you're shooting from range. And the other thing I wanted to... Actually, I'm going to think about it now. So now that I'm here, all this stuff is covered. I don't think anyone's in here. I'll go check it out. But then I'm going to do my long rest and have the little party and then have Helson join us.
How delicious.
No one's here.
Yes, let's.
Steal their shit.
How for a skeleton key?
Ronan's cousin who's a year older than him is really into those short vids. I think, yeah. I read excerpts from an article today of like how college students, like college professors are like, we cannot get kids to read now. Like, college students have never read all of the readings, but like, it is so much worse now than it ever has been. And so really the question is like, do you keep the college curriculum the same and have kids either like fail it basically, or do you completely like essentially dumb it down? But like, apparently it's this huge issue like that. Like we can't do like Tolstoy. We can't do Great Expectations. Like just no one reads shit anymore. Like kids quit on things before they like read a challenging passage. Yeah, that's so bad. I mean, reading always sucked in school. But like if you're not pushed, like your brain doesn't grow. Like even if I didn't like school, I was still way smarter when I was in school than I was afterwards. Just because you're like you push yourself and you're like so rigorous.
Such a headache.
Breathe deep.
Okay, let's get out of here. Let's do our... I'm going to talk to Halsin again. I'll go do my long rest. I mean, it's good. At least she knows now. Way too young. I mean, that's so dumb of them.
Seems like a good moment to talk.
Your path will soon take you away from the grove, I feel. Your efforts will not be forgotten.
Okay, so the one thing I forgot to go to, scribbled note, eh? The one thing I forgot to go to is to find that little underground place where the kids go when they try to, like, rip you off. It's down here, right? Is there anything to do besides that, like, besides that tiny hole? Isn't there, like, a secret passageway or something?
Cursed to put my hands on everything. Not a chance I'll fit in there.
Guess not. Unless it's over here. I guess the questions are the questions I try to have is like, what are the advantages for like people moving forward for like what attention spans are like? Like, what are they better at? They're better at like computer stuff. They're better at technical stuff, probably in many ways.
What's hiding here?
So you have to take like some sort of like generous route. Okay, I'm just fucking around here. I'm gonna go to the front entrance and then do a long rest. But they will be better at like adjusting to new technology. So like as we get into like Replit and like AI code partners, surely they'll be able to pick that up better, right?
Don't be breaking your back before we get to Baldur's Gate.
I won't. I'm not telling you more.
Don't I know it? There's 2 more boxes after this one.
Like everyone as they get older starts to be like, "Well, I can't keep up with all the changes." But when you're young, the changes are the things that are new and fresh for you. So surely that'll happen to some degree.
We did it. Come on.
All right.
Give me a kiss.
How you doing, Gale? What's going on?
My condition is worsening again. I need to consume some powerful magic or it may become volatile.
I'll give you this blue flail.
Thank you.
It's a blue flail where it turns my party member into insanity if they don't keep hitting someone every turn.
It is a strange experience. Each time anew. Like a lost soul is spelunking through the darkness that is me, only to be sacrificed on the dread altar of the heart. Somehow the second artifact hasn't had the effect of the first. It's somewhat relieved the discomfort, but I fear my hunger hasn't quite...
Please tell me you didn't just... What's happening?
The magic isn't having the effect it should have.
I have no idea.
Last time, like a rainstorm that
The whole Gale storyline just eventually goes away, and then you can use him as one of your means of destroying the final boss. He just like self-nukes himself, and that's how you want to win the game.
Please, I need to think. I need to retrace my steps to a glade of calm.
The last fight is really stressful. All like the ground falling apart and everything.
Thank you for the artifact. A great deal of trouble it was too. A great deal of trouble indeed.
But I'm not actually sure what happens with him. But yeah, he's basically like a timed tactical nuke. Okay, while I'm here, I'm going to take Karlach to go talk to Damon just to continue the storyline.
Hey, soldier.
You and Mazora seem to know each other. How?
We were both part of Zariel's inner circle. Her
Oh, I thought you had.
choice,
Okay.
Me by force.
In the grand scheme of things, I'm inconsequential to Zariel. Sure, I've got the engine, but I wasn't even her strongest fighter. She favored me like a child favors a captive pet. Mizora envied the attention, I suppose. I'm sure when Zariel gave her the order to hunt me down, Mizora was delighted.
Did you get to like the upper city of Baldur's Gate where everything's like on fire and destroyed and like there's a big like war going on? Do you think she'll keep coming after you?
I don't know. You'd think she'd have more important things to do.
That's like the final gauntlet.
No kidding. The fighting.
So like the city's still like normal in Act 3?
It had the makings of a good stage.
That's not a long
I did
period.
not want to be one of the players. No room in your party. What should I do? Now we're talking.
Okay, I'm gonna go talk to Demon for her stuff. Just to keep her kind of in the mix. Hello.
So, hey, we've got this soul coin, right?
Yeah, there's so much stuff you can do. Basically everyone's final storyline.
I can use it. My engine can, anyway. Zariel used to top me up every now and
Used to
again
top me up?
when she wanted
Top me off?
to go after an especially wicked target.
Are you afraid this is gonna overload your engine?
Nah, it'll be fine.
Okay. Alright, go ahead. Got a coin slot in your heart or what?
Sort of. Next time we find ourselves toe to toe with something we want to squash, drop a coin in. See what happens.
Yeah, she gets buffs. Like she gets like bonus. Next time we're in battle, we'll make sure you get one.
Fuck yes.
Alright, there we go.
Now I just need something to sink my teeth
She's so
into.
great. Okay, let's go talk to Damon, and then we'll have like our celebratory party, and then keep going. After you get like a big stressful part in this game, it's kind of fun just to wander around and chill. I think I did once or twice, not too often though. I want to be a nice guy, you know. And did you use the mind parasite, the mind flare parasites? Yeah.
Thought I sensed an infernal around here. But you aren't from Elturel. What's your story?
I spent a good bit of time in the Hells. Enlisted against my will by the Archdevil Zariel. Same as you, I suppose, if you're from Elturel. The devils were delighted when your city was swallowed up.
Look at those
They
thighs.
had you for keeps.
The soul coins.
Glad you got out.
They give her like a
I got lucky.
offensive buff. I forget.
And
I'll check to see if it says in the description.
brought some infernal machinery with you.
A little gift from Zariel. Keeps me burning hot.
Very hot by the smell of it. Might be burning out a piston ring or leaking oil. Mind if I take a listen?
Be my guest.
What do the parasites do? Like dark telepathic powers? They make you more like a mind flayer. I'll show you the menu in a sec.
You really are burning up.
I ate one of them just to open up the menu. I'm gonna probably turn maybe Asterion into one as opposed to myself.
Very risky.
Or Will or something. Asterion actively wants some.
Infernal iron. And a prayer that
He's my dark urge. Me and him are both the dark urges.
Isn't meant to operate outside of Ernest. I'm not sure how much longer it'll keep running the way it's going.
Will you be able to turn down the temperature a little? Worried I'm gonna go in for a handshake and singe someone's arm off one of these days.
I'd worry about surviving the night first. But help one, help both. If we can cool you off, it'll stabilize your
I think it does eventually. Or something along those lines.
you please.
Hey, soldier. I think we picked up some.
I think that's more of an Act 3
wine
problem.
already.
I'm not sure though.
What say you? Should I give it to him?
Sure.
Please let this work.
The weight of it. And that
I think it's somewhat story gated.
Can't imagine this where my heart should be. Must be quite the experience. Give me just a moment. And I think... There. You'll have to install it, I'm afraid. I don't think there are thick enough gloves in all the realms to protect from that kind of heat.
That feels... good. I'm still burning hot as hell's hole, but I feel less
She's like me after eating all the spicy Korean fried chicken.
changeable.
She's burning hot as hell's hole.
And as for the heat, I haven't got any solutions now. But I'm not giving up.
She is. Even now, I'm like, I miss her.
Combustion chamber had its own insulation, or if we had some kind of enchanted coolant. Find me again in Baldur's Gate. If I'm worth my salt, I'll have figured something out by then.
I think you see this guy at the inn in Act 2 as well.
And hopefully the next time I see you, I'll have something promising to report. Pocket any infernal iron you find along the way, Druids.
Okay. So.
What's going on?
Damon's upgrade didn't cool me down.
Ooh.
It did juice me up.
Okay. He's like, what does that mean?
Ever felt more powerful?
We'll find more Infernal Iron and get you that second upgrade too.
Sooner rather than later would be good. I feel like I'm burning serious.
This is one complaint I have about this game, which is my complaint. It's funny you told me to burn then. Which is my complaint about a lot of RPGs, is that a lot of times a game will say you have a certain amount of time to do anything and the clock is ticking, but the clock is not actually ticking. I don't like that, but it happens all the time. We've got to hurry. Don't worry, I'll just take 4 hours leveling in this forest and do as many long rests as possible. That false urgency is something that I wish wasn't in the games like this. Okay, Illithid powers. So, I opened it up, and this looks like my brain. So, here's the first round of actions. Your attacks deal psychic damage, but you take the same psychic damage per turn. Favorable beginnings. The first attack roll ability check you make against any target gains a bonus equal to your proficiency bonus. Force tunnel, charge forward, pushing all objects and creatures in your path 4 meters away from you. Concentrated blast. You must be concentrating another spell to cast this. If the target was concentrating, you heal as much as the damage that was dealt to it. And sacrifice half of your remaining health points to heal a target for the same amount. And then there's an outer ring. Ability drain. The attack reduces the target's corresponding ability by 1 once per turn. Luck of the Far Realms. Once per long rest, you can change a successful attack roll against a foe into a critical hit. Wow, that's so sick. Charm. Channel the dark allure of the tadpole to charm an enemy that attacks you, preventing them from attacking you until the next turn. Creature suffering falling damage because your actions take an additional 1 to 8 psychic. Repulsor. This is what draw Ragla's head. Push anything and anyone back 6 meters. That's insane. The screen doesn't open unless you eat the first tadpole. Cull the Weak. When you bring a character down to fewer hit points than your number of evolved Illithid powers, it dies and all nearby enemies take psychic damage. When an enemy within 9 meters casts a spell, you can use your reaction to inflict psychic damage to the caster, per the spell's level. Conjure a volatile shield around yourself, granting them temporary hit points. Invest an ally with power that heals it when it attacks, but makes it vulnerable to all damage. Your targets have a disadvantage on attack rolls and take psychic damage each time they miss. And then there's an outer level, which I can't see yet. So this is basically, I could basically turn someone into basically a psychic mage. Yeah, and I think there's downsides as well. Like story-wise, it might change things a little bit. So I'm going to think about it. I said I'd think about it for today, but I forgot. As I said, Asterion is actively interested in having them. And no one else said anything, so Asterion might want to turn into, like a rogue / dark mage. Kinda cool. Alright, time to have my celebratory camp party, and then I guess it's lunchtime.
Do you think we'll stay in Baldur's Gate long?
Of course. course.
Yeah, maybe.
Big city, lots of opportunity.
But El Terrell.
Don't let that place.
I don't even know what good endings mean in this game.
I guess things are already.
I was fairly satisfied with my ending last time.
I don't think there'll be any more trouble.
I think Lae'zel
between
died.
Lae'zel and I
think I killed
you
her.
were wondering. We can all sleep easier now. Well,
She tried to kill someone, so I stabbed her in the
apart
back.
from all the rest.
I should play Oblivion next. You would like it? I'm going to play Doom next, as I said before. I mean, Claire Obscure and Oblivion are both games that are really popular right now. But I've played so many Shining Force games and like Suikoden games. I'm kind of tired of like slower things. I know Baldur's Gate is kind of slow, but Baldur's Gate's also a little more entertaining. I had never played Oblivion. I am tempted, but I don't think it's on my. I don't think it's in the cards next. Lae'zel in the ending I had last time I played Baldur's Gate 3, like was trying to murder someone who was, I forget who, but Lae'zel was about to kill someone who was like part of the ending. And I just like chose a random option. I didn't believe it was going to happen, kind of like the Astarion thing, and I fucking stabbed her in the back, literally. It was crazy. I'll keep an eye on both of you.
Relax. We'll kiss and make up on our own time. Someone prodding at a newly opened wound doesn't help matters.
All right, simmer down. These illithid powers join me.
A bit crowded, don't you think? You'll need to.
Are you still
swap
playing
out
Oblivion, Nick?
someone if you want me. Lead the way then.
All right, let's have our big party.
No time to rest.
Here we go. We're all here. Woo!
I'm fine.
Loosen up, Icarus.
All this ash and meat.
An owlbear.
We got a bunch of dudes here. It'd be cool if they stayed forever. I know they don't, though.
Than you lot.
Oh, Roll-On's here. I hate that guy.
Look at them all.
Am I going to murder them with my Dark Urge powers?
Like we've the right to be happy.
Look at them all, guzzling poison like we've the right to be happy. You should join them, have a pint or two. Here you go, bud. Should be an easy one. Is that the main game you've been playing, Nick, lately? What do you usually do during the game if you mostly play games in the evening?
Perhaps it'll make the evening.
Yeah, have a drink, take a load off. You gotta chill sometimes. Come on.
Think of it. No more caves, no more tents, no more running away. We'll be in a city with roads and markets and homes.
Nice. Kind of forgot about Lunar. I think I like it doesn't have like there's so many games out right now that
Ranger. So ferocious. I love you.
Lunar seems like under the radar, but it's pretty niche.
No respect for showmanship.
Having performance issues, Roland?
Hush you, and behold.
Is that it?
I'll have you know, he can also make them blue.
Never have I met
Yeah,
such
true.
troglodytes.
Have you ever played Lufia 1 and 2?
Pass the wine.
Have we talked about this?
Roland and Leah actually getting along. I know you cut down a horde of goblins, but this is far more impressive.
Look at them. How happy they are. We did that.
Lufia 2 is apparently like the better of the two. And what about the Breath of Fire games? Have you played any of Breath of Fire 1 to 4? How about the three of you having fun?
Yeah. Don't tell Roland, but his magic show might.
You played all the Breath of Fires. So 5 to you is Dragon Quarter, right? Which one's your favorite?
Baldur's Gate. I know it.
She's actually a big Roland fan. Every jerk needs some sort of faithful woman.
I need to dance. No.
4?
No, I need.
So you must be happy with the GOG thing then. Did you buy it?
That's infernal for cheers. Or possibly turnip.
Got a party going on here.
You won't have to worry about us anymore. I'll fight anything we meet on the road. Anything.
All right, simmer down.
Watch out, Baldur's Gate. Chell's coming for you.
Go on now. Don't waste a night like this talking to me.
He's still blood. Have you not had a chance to wash your face? Thought you might care to have a drink with me.
In truth,
We have to be teammates soon.
Rarely imbibe.
How much is it?
Stuff goes right to my head. Before you know it, I'd be breaking into song or declaring love
Oh,
to the
really?
first person I laid eyes on.
Asterion has something to say to you. I fail to see the problem here.
Then you have never heard me singing.
$10?
Which makes you very fortunate.
In this economy? All right, you're good.
Go on, enjoy yourself. Seek out some wine before it runs dry. There are a lot of thirsty people around here.
Hope you're enjoying the night, hero. I certainly am. Cheers to many more like this.
What's Mole doing over here in Zevlor?
You have no idea how good it feels to see these.
I think this guy joins you later if you rescue him from like that underground like demon pit.
Probably do without, but even so.
He's got a cool face, and his eyes are literally flaming. So sick, man.
You came through for us. That's a change from most adults I know.
What are you doing way over here?
Watching a bunch of old folks get dumber by the dramful. And when they run dry,
You gonna steal from them?
I've got a few bottles
Oh.
tucked away to keep
Oh,
things
smart kid.
for a price, of course.
Where's his eye? Was he missing his eye before? Have I missed a detail here?
I have seen the Kithraki tear a screaming Neogi's legs from its belly to fashion into blades. Yet they could not match your nerve today. It was enough to drive me to madness.
What nerve?
I smell their blood on you still. I smell your sweat.
Oh.
I mean to taste it.
Oh. She's got some aggression to her. I'll think about it.
You know the fortune of my company. Another fortune yet stands before you. A warrior's
Ooh.
flesh.
I love the forward nature.
Think if you must. The chance will pass come light of day.
She's like my camp concubine.
We should go down and see the road.
You know, I never pictured myself as a hero. Never thought I'd be the one they'd toast for saving so many lives. And now that I'm here... I hate it. This is awful.
It's not that bad. Think of all the goblins he killed.
True. That was fun.
I like this guy.
Still, I would have liked more for my trouble than a pat on the head and vinegar for wine.
Take his bottle and try the wine.
It's a heavy, rich red. Dry.
Am I getting lustful here?
See what I mean? Awful. All I want is a little fun. Is that so much to ask?
That better not mean I want to kill something.
Not at all. I was hoping for companionship. And, well, maybe a little death. Figuratively speaking. Not with you, just to be clear. I mean, can you imagine? No. Anyway, don't let me keep you. I'm sure you have someone else to sniff.
I gotta say, I like this forward thinking out of Lae'zel. I must taste your sweat, boy.
Everyone seems to be in high spirits.
You can probably look it up whether Driss is in the game or not.
Strange. You know who I never thought I'd find myself caring for?
Will? I don't know.
Desperate people. Refugees. Never gave
Oh,
them
a bleeding
much
heart,
thought.
eh?
Certainly not that bunch in the grove.
Maybe. It depends if Forgotten Realms owns it or the guy owns it.
We saved their lives. Odd.
Yeah, it depends how the IP is. Driss shows up in some of the games. Or the previous sort of like Forgotten Realms type games, I think. Not so odd. We did the right thing.
That's more easily said by some than others. But nobody's here to debate right from wrong. Share a bottle with me?
I'd be glad to.
We should wait a little while. Until the others have drifted off.
This is my great goodbye, then I'll ignore her forever. And take Halsin with me. I'll find you after everyone's turned in for the night.
Best not keep me waiting. I'd prefer not.
I owe her this from my last playthrough. Sorry, Lae'zel. I don't like... Maybe I don't like an aggressive woman. Okay, so I talked to everybody. Where's Will? Are you supposed to be talking to Will, but there's no Will here?
Aha, there you are. Come now, settle in. I do hope you have partaken of something bracing. This may well
Is she?
take us all night.
She just never gives up, huh? I like her persistence. And by this you mean...
Why, you're naming, quite obviously. That ballad was but a crude preview, a frame without its crowning jewel. Your nom de guerre.
I love that name.
Something iconic.
Did you see him, or is this memory?
We don't want to exclude the common folk, after all. I intend this tale to enrapture all.
In a rapture! I didn't ask anyone to write my story.
And do you think Volothimp Geddarm got where he did by waiting to be asked? No, no. It is for you to slay the dragons, and for me to worry about the accolades. Actually, slaying a dragon would prove...
He's obsessed with dragons.
Mind.
Alright. Simmer down, bud. Oh, there he is. Having a personal moment. And then I'm gonna... And after that, we get down to some spirited porking with Shadowheart, possibly.
I was hoping you wouldn't notice I was gone.
Oh, here comes a sensitive man. You alright?
No. I'm deeply proud of you.
Alright.
A touch less so of
Simmer
myself.
down.
In truth, I don't feel in a festive mood. And I didn't want to cast a
He's
great
emo.
over
He's
the
sulking.
night. I'm a devil. I love the people from the Grove, but I unsettle them deep.
You've been a devil for like 2
As I seem
hours.
to unsettle everyone nowadays. You
Come
don't want
on.
a devil at your party.
No, come on, I'm just, you know.
This sharp will pop the balloons, you see, and the guests won't take kindly to scars quite so monstrous.
You're exaggerating. How much has changed? Stop it.
I feel spikes beginning to sprout in places they really...
Is this a puberty metaphor?
But off with you. This is your day. Have a dance. Enjoy the music.
Whatever. The first puberty hairs I got were like around, like between my butt cheeks when I was like 13 or something like that. And I was like absolutely mortified. I was like, what is happening? I was like Sissy Spacek and Carrie. I was like busting out scissors trying to do something about it. Like, no, 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 not this. All right, I talked to everyone I want to talk to. I didn't talk to Gale, and I didn't talk to Karlak.
Thank you.
Did you run a train on your whole team at this party as your granny? Spontaneous thank yous make me suspicious. I like his outfit. Look at that fucking velvet doublet.
Thank you for
I'll find out.
me out. Amid all this merriment, I wasn't sure we'd have a chance to speak this evening.
That shirt is really cool.
It was something rather magical I wish to show you.
It's my nipples.
More's the pity you've already found someone else to.
Oh, I already committed to the pretty girl. Sorry.
There's something unspeakable about Shadowheart.
Look at this poetic.
I mean that in a good way. She seems to me like a bud on the cusp of bursting into a rose. That.
That's a very poetic line.
Far be it from me, of course, to question your tastes.
Karlach was like basically was my only intimate companion in my previous playthrough, and then we ran off together into like the depths of hells to fight demons as the finale of the story. I was like, I love it. Excellent. What were you going to show me?
That, my friend, must remain a secret for now.
Oh.
Or rather,
I see.
For as long as you've eyes only for someone else among our troop. Another night, perhaps.
Okay. What's she doing? What's her problem? What are you thinking about? Oh, she's got a teddy bear? Aw.
Would you look at this place? All these
Oh, right. Yeah. Some of them are, but some of them aren't, right?
because of us. It's nice to be somewhere where good is still possible.
I actually like the Karlach storyline. She's like, I need companionship. I need to touch somebody. I need a hug.
Familiar. She's a funny one. All pointy and secretive.
What did he say? She's like,
Seems like there's someone very
Gale said Shadowheart is like a bud on the cusp of bursting into a rose or something. That's crazy. That's such a poetic line. Did you have parties like this in Avernus?
Not so much. You spend the whole time
30 books? How many of them are by R.A. Salvatore?
Plus, people just get nastier as the night wears on. I tried to make friends at first. Learned my lesson.
I don't think I read any of them. I read Dragonlance books as a kid.
Yourself in hell.
And then the Wheel of Time series. And then the Song of Ice and Fire. Wow. Fucking Pulp Fiction. I read a lot of Dragonlance books. Yeah, I don't know. Enjoy yourself tonight, lady.
You too, soldier. Enjoy yourself.
Yeah, she's a man's woman.
You've earned it.
All right, how does Lae'zel take that I committed to Shadowheart? What about Halsin? Is he excited too?
I think you might have known paradise. Celebrate now. Come dawn, we depart.
You could have had all of this with my weird boobies.
Enjoy yourself tonight. I'll come and find you in the morning so we
This is way too public. They all know. I had a very private conversation. Who's been yapping? Who's been yapping about my taste for, thick thighs over here? I wonder how many books R.A. Salvatore has written.
As soon as things quiet down here.
All right, you just hold on your horses. All right, it's time for bed.
Ferocious. That's what I keep saying.
Did I talk to everybody? Lae'zel's taking out her anger on the dummy.
Celebration quiets to a soothing hum as you approach your bunk. Though you seek repose, you needn't spend the night alone. There is one who yearns for you in the dark. Who will you seek?
All right, I'm a brick of a man, and I'm about to show her.
Skips a beat. What treasures?
Am I gonna murder her with a dark urge thing? How does the dark urge affect this? I mean, I'm not gonna use her anymore, so if this turns into murder, it's not the worst thing possible. Did you think I wouldn't show?
Lots of people make promises. Few keep them. Well, to begin, I think a toast is in order.
108 books? One for every star of destiny? To us.
Bold? What does us entail? I suppose I'll find out. To us.
She's looking at my hairy
Something
chest.
about yourself. And no tadpoles, dragons, marauding goblins, or anything like that.
What did she ask? What was the question?
You.
What was the question? Tell me something about yourself? I got some charisma. Time to find out. Every unimportant roll I win, baby. And then I lose in combat.
Don't laugh, but I'm not quite sure.
I have no
how
memory of my
to
own
share.
life.
When you worship Shard, secrecy is everything. We'll sacrifice our own memories when ordered to. A lot of the little things, they're lost to me right now.
You think your memories will come back?
Perhaps. But please, enough about me. Sharing's bad for my complexion.
I think I've...
There's still plenty of wine, and the whole night is ahead of us. Nearly light. The others will be awake soon.
1 second, I gotta reset my thing. Alright. I probably was desynced there a little bit. Alright, where was I? 20 seconds earlier.
What?
She is beautiful, isn't she?
I know. But you're sweet to notice.
I don't know how this is going.
For last night.
I don't get to see it? What did I do wrong?
Well deserved, though.
What happened? What went wrong here?
Oh. Yes.
We just took a nap?
Have to. We should head back.
Oh! I flubbed it! We just napped on a rock and drank wine? Is this because I told her to speak about herself? And I didn't speak about myself?
You enjoyed your evening? After all your efforts, it was well deserved. It may be some time before you're afforded another such night. There is much to be done, and I promised I would help you however I could. I'm certain a cure for you can be found at Moonrise Towers, but it's complicated. The journey specifically.
That wasn't raw and explicit at all.
Extremely perilous.
I got too puffed up.
Seems you're well accustomed to navigating danger.
I suppose it was too much to hope we were going to be cured.
And then I said, we'll do this again sometime. She's like, yeah,
To
sure.
Moonrise,
I gotta go. God damn it. Moonrise Towers it is then. I'll better make haste. What's so dangerous about it?
To get to the towers, you'll need to pass through a terrible place. A cursed place. This curse shrouds everything in shadow. You will not find life.
The other one was just like, it was either let's head back or let's do it again sometime. Those are pretty weak options.
Twisted by the curse, they become shadow beings, tormented, dangerous souls.
What do you suggest?
You could go overland, along the Risen Road or through the mountains. Easier at first, but you'll run into the shadow curse eventually. You could also go under. There is a tunnel somewhere in the ruined Temple of Selûne.
That's what I did last time.
Towers through the Underdark. Long ago, a man
I flubbed it. I fumbled it.
Stronghold deep down there, before rallying a whole army of Dark Justiciars, Shah worshippers.
Dark Justiciars.
That's like her like specialty. Apparently the Dark Justiciar stuff turns out to be really good Hexblade Warlock armor and equipment.
Retrieved a relic called the Night Song. But I think there's more. From this stronghold, Ketheric's forces could access both the Temple of Selûne and Moonrise Towers. But he was defeated before he could launch an attack. If you can find this place, I'll wager it will reveal a more direct path to Moonrise Towers. And maybe even bypass
At least he washed his
the
face.
Shadow Curse.
I found the hidden entrance in the Temple of Selûne. The way is clear.
Already? If only I'd gone with you instead of Aradin.
Who's
I would
Aradin?
like to join your camp, if you'll allow me. I can offer my skills, my counsel. I've long sought to return to Moonrise Towers. It seems our fates have aligned.
What about the Grove? I don't care. Let's go then.
May Sylvanas guide us.
Okay. Shadowheart, I'm excommunicating you from the party. It's got nothing to do with last night, I swear. I'm not bitter. I just wanted a druid this whole time. I was planning on the druid the whole time. How do you know so much about the parasite? How do I get on my party? How do you know so much about the parasite?
I studied one up close. Closer than most would
Oops.
those things. A drow
I just wondered as like a camp concubine.
Afterwards, I was able to examine the tadpole that emerged. Hideous, but fascinating. Like nothing else in nature, I'm glad to say.
The shadow curse you spoke of, surely it can't be that bad. How are you faring out here at the camp?
Wonderfully. If I'm honest, the grove was too comfortable for my tastes. I felt removed from nature. I'll miss my books, but I can find all the wisdom they contain out here firsthand.
You'll find plenty of books before long. I keep coming across them everywhere.
Is that so?
How do I get this guy my party?
Well, nature does abhor waste. I will keep watch, thank you. I had a feeling time in your company would prove fruitful.
What about this secret stronghold in the Underdark? You must know more. Why can't I get him to join me? Where's the option?
Precious little. But I'm quite certain it can still be found.
The shadow curse you spoke of, surely it can't be that bad.
Had the whole region around Moonrise Towers in a chokehold of darkness and despair for years now. Those who remained are shadow cursed. If you don't die at their hands, then you become one of them. We have to get to Moonrise, but the less time we spend in its blighted surrounds, the better.
Why do you want to go to Moonrise Towers?
Those illithid creatures threaten the natural order.
After Act 2?
It's my duty to do what I can to stop them. There's also the shadow curse. It's an affront and must be cleansed. I helped overthrow Ketheric Thorm and his dark justiciars.
What's the point of that?
But I failed to prevent him from.
I didn't break up with her. She didn't hear me say that.
Before he was defeated. If I can join you and get close
I could respec her as a druid.
I can lift this curse, just as you find a cure for your infection.
Is that why you went with Aradin? I thought you thought he might find this route to Moonrise?
Precisely. Then perhaps I could have done something about both the shadow curse and Ceramorphosis aberrations. But
did she?
In my eagerness, I put
she got the ick for a little bit, but we're not there yet.
We didn't even get close.
Do you know how the shadow curse can be stopped?
Perhaps. But we'll need to get closer before I can put my theory into practice. Put it from your mind for now. Once we near the curse, then there will be more to be said.
Seems like you feel responsible for the shadow. I'm gonna exhaust all this dialogue.
There's hardly anyone left to share the responsibility with. Few who witnessed the fall of Moonrise still draw breath. What Ketheric Thorm unleashed is not something that nature can undo by itself. I must do what I can. I studied the shadow curse for years, but to truly understand it and stop it, I must reach its source.
How will the grove fare without you?
Hopefully. I've chosen a successor as first druid.
Francesca.
Francesca of the High Forest. I sent a bird to
I wish my name was Francesca of the High Forest. That's a great name. Who?
Precisely. Who indeed? You do not know, and neither do any of the others. The Grove needs to move beyond the mistakes of the past. What it needs is an unknown quantity. An outsider who can enforce the Oakfather's teachings without bias. This is why I chose Francesca. She will restore simplicity and purity to the Grove in my absence.
Very shrewd of you.
Contrary to how some think of us, we druids can play politics when necessary.
I think I might be sick beyond the tadpole. I'm getting worried. Okay, I'm gonna keep going with the other dialogue. It can't have been easy surrendering your title. Won't you miss being first druid?
It? Oh dear, no. It's a terrible burden. Takes you away from nature and forces you to deal with others' problems and personalities. Be wary of anyone who actually wants such a role, I say. Likely they don't.
Okay, that's pretty early into Act 2. Good. Thank you.
I'm just glad to be out here amidst the Oakfather's creations.
Nick, are you saying that was the first R.A. Salvatore book? That was Forgotten Realms? Or just Forgotten Realms, the whole thing? I think I might be sick beyond the tadpole. I'm getting worried.
Everything in your mind has been destroyed from what I gathered. And from the path I see you on, you are doing well at picking up the pieces. I am here.
Shadowheart is also good to have in Act 2. And apparently druids, especially the Spore Druid, is not great in Act 2 anyway. So maybe I'll use it for 2/3.
I believe you when you tell me that your symptoms do not wholly align with the makings of the parasite. But until we remove it,
This guy's like a lazy doctor.
I doubt we will be able to isolate the rest of your troubles.
Try as I may, I cannot stop thinking about death.
A haunting has come upon you.
Ah, he knows the proper
The first
terminology.
step is this admission you have now made. You will not walk alone into this night. Remember that. If I had my fleet of druids,
A
and
fleet?
month of hard
Are druids a
research,
fleet?
Perhaps I could help.
Are they boats?
But I'm no
They change form into sailboats?
Guarantee a cure for ceremorphosis.
Alright. Cool. Alright, I'm gonna go have lunch. This has been a romantic disaster, but otherwise a good party. I'm gonna go have some spicy pork and vegetable dumplings. Pan-fried and steamed. I bought them from the Korean grocery when I bought the fried chicken. I want to try them out.